I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're catching up on Teen Titans issue number 10 and number 11. What happens when Jackson Hyde discovers the truth about his parentage? Well, let's hop on in together and find out. So, picking up from where the last issue left off, Black Manta was attacking Jackson Hyde's mother. She does everything in her power to stall the villain and to make sure that her son never finds out who his father really is. This is, as so often the case, sadly for not. Jackson ends up getting involved in the fight. His mother takes a near-fatal wound, and the would-be Aqualad gets kidnapped by Daddy Not-So-Dearest. And hey, speaking of father issues, and I absolutely was, in a theme that's tying all of the members of this new Teen Titans team together, Batman is reading his son Damian the Riot Act right now. After everything that went down with the Lazarus contract, Batman wants frequent updates on everything Damian and his new team is doing, even though Damian hates the idea of any sort of oversight. Damian's overly aggressive behavior, especially towards newbie Jackson, has not gone unnoticed by the rest of his team. In fact, Garth floats the idea that maybe Starfire should lead. And he makes a really good case for her too. She's the oldest, she's easily the most powerful, and easily the most liked out of anyone on the team. And in fact, for the rest of this arc, Corey will basically take center stage and start to lead the team in a very positive, very constructive way. Now back with Jackson and Manta, we find out exactly what it is the bad guy is after. Apparently it's the seashell necklace around his son's neck. It's not a shell at all, it's actually a map. You see, back when Manta and his own father were doing the whole pirate thing, the prize that they wanted more than anything else was the Black Pearl Ring, a hydrokinetic super weapon that would allow a person to control the water around them. In fact, Manta wanted it so badly he staged a heist on Zabel, that other dimension in the Bermuda Triangle that the Atlanteans used to lock up their most dangerous criminals. It was there Manta met Jackson's mom. They did some underwater boot knocking before eventually one betrayed the other, but not before the lady was left with a water bun in her oven. Now, of course, from what we've seen of Jackson so far, he desperately wanted to know who his father was. He's pretty disgusted at the result, but at the same time, this is the most time he's ever spent with him, and so he tries to strike up a conversation. This leads to a hilarious situation wherein Jackson says, "Yeah, hi, my favorite band is a tribe called Quest, I'm a center in soccer, and oh yeah, I'm gay." Well, I'll say that much for Manta. He may be a deadbeat dad supervillain, but hey, at least he ain't a homophobe. As the comic winds down, father and son eventually find the treasure trove where the Black Pearl Ring is being held, but you just know it can't be as easy as just picking it up, right? As issue 11 picks up, the would-be Aqualad comes under attack by a giant Kraken monster. Insert your own Clash of the Titans joke right here. Surprisingly, not only does Black Manta come to his son's aid, he even teaches him to harness his powers in a way he never thought possible before, creating electricity and currenting it through his water. I mean, sure, it's no game of catch in the yard, but you gotta take what you can get when your dad's a supervillain, am I right? Obviously, Manta's not doing this out of the good of his heart. To get the Black Pearl Ring, he needs a Zabel native to open the door. And once he gets the power, you take an already dangerous foe and turn him into an absolute force of nature. Jackson ends up hooking back up with the rest of the Titans team, and they work out a plan of attack. Again, Starfire actually does a pretty good job coordinating these series of attacks. All the while, too, Black Manta does his best Darth Vader impression, asking his son to join him on the dark side, and they will rule the seven seas as father and son. In the end, though, after the conventional methods fail, Damian says that perhaps it's time for Jackson to do what he always hoped he had been able to, the thing that he was so hard on him for, to be able to harness his powers, use his hydrokinesis and electricity powers to defeat Black Manta, who despite his new artifact is still just a man at the end of the day, swimming around in a bunch of water. With the bad guy vanquished, the team returns to the tower, where Jackson Hyde is officially brought on as a member of the team, while even Tempest drops by and bequeaths to him officially the title of Aqualad. And there you have it, everybody. That's Teen Titans issue number 10 and 11. Overall, I thought this was a pretty solid new origin story for Jackson Hyde Aqualad, even though I feel a lot of fans are still going to be confused about what his place is in this universe, what with the Young Justice version of the character still hanging around and fresh in everybody's head. It's nice to see Black Manta being used as a villain outside the Aquaman book, and it's nice to see they can write him a motivation that's not simply just, hey, kill Aquaman, give Arthur Arthur Curry a hard time. I dug the art, they planted some really interesting scenes for the future. Will there be a power struggle within the team now for leadership between Damien and Starfire? What will the metal crossovers bring to this, and who's the mysterious people who seem to be watching Beast Boy? Overall, I'd give this one a solid 8 out of 10. Good time. So that's Teen Titans, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, why not check out some of these other videos I'm working on. Then you can follow me on social media at Cape Joel, and if you want exclusive videos and podcasts before anyone else, be sure to become a patron, where you can get all that and more for as little as $1 a month. So until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching.